Hello and welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be breaking down every single possible score streak in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. We're going to be ranking them from best to worst and also giving you the best possible score streak combinations to use with the selected overclocks in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get right into ranking them. So getting right into it, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be ranking them from best to worst. Now, the way we rank these are going to be based off of a few factors, such as how useful they are to you as the player and based off of situations. Now, some can be good, especially toward nuke streaks, while others can be used for extremely good map control and also holding an area down. We're going to be basing it off of the usefulness to you as the player. So let's get into it. Alright, so starting right off, we got the Scout Pulse. Now, this one can be pretty useful very early on in the game, but personally for me, I gotta give this a C tier. It can only be used for a certain period of time. It can only get you just a read on the mini-map. If you're leveling up or trying to level up pretty quick, this is one thing you could use to get to your UAVs, but personally for me, I wouldn't specifically use this for anything else other than just early leveling systems. Up next, we got the UAV and counter UAV. These ones are very beneficial and can actually put in a lot of work for you, especially with the right overclocks. I gotta give both of these A tier. If you're not using UAVs or counter UAVs to even guide you toward your next score streak in Call of Duty Black Ops 7, you're really selling a turkey, especially if you're playing against some sweaty players. Now, if you're just trying to slay out and everything, of course run higher kill streaks, but this right here is a good median, especially for running really good streaks and building yourself up to them higher tier score streaks. Up next, we got the RCXD, Combat Bow, and Skewer. These three are some really odd score streaks. Some of these are actually pretty decent, while realistically, 2 out of the 3 are extremely annoying. And this is how I'd rank them. The RCXD, that is extremely useful, especially if you are playing Search and Destroy, or if you're just trying to troll the other team. I'd give an RCXD B tier. The Combat Bow, realistically, it can count toward your nuke streak, but getting kills with it is really weird, and a lot of the times you just gotta hit people directly, if not you're gonna leave fire on the ground. I'm gonna be giving the Combat Bow D tier, and the Skewer is an extremely annoying streak, especially if you got that higher target overclock on it. I'm gonna give that one C tier. It can be useful to troll the other team, especially if you got a lot of people on your team spamming them, but realistically, it's just one of those really annoying streaks that you don't really see a lot of people use, but when you die by it, you really want to throw your controller. Up next, we got the SAM Turret Care Package and Deadeye Drone. Now, the SAM Turret, realistically, it's probably one of the best anti-air kill streaks you could ever have in Call of Duty. It actually did improve over the years, especially from Black Ops 1. I highly recommend you running SAM Turret, especially if you are playing against sweats. SAM Turret, realistically, is an A tier score streak. It's slept on a lot by a lot of people, but I'm telling you right now, if you ain't got someone in your party running this, or if you're not running this as a solo player, you need to start running it because it can get you a lot of passive score. Care Package, another slept on score streak. If you're not re-rolling these care packages, especially if you're playing against sweats, you're not gambling like an actual person. Care packages can literally make or break you literally winning a game or even getting mid-map control. If you don't got at least 2 people or even 3 people rocking care packages, consistently trying to wrap them in spawn to get those VTOLs, those HARPs, those EMPs, or even those Dreadnoughts up, I'm telling you right now, these can come in super clutch, especially if you're trying to anti the other team. Care packages, literally A tier. Now let's get to the Deadeye Drone. Now I did make a video probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago, or even 3 months ago, I can't even remember. Deadeye Drone actually had a crazy exploit to it to where you could literally wrap it in spawn and actually get nukes with it. It literally would have been an S tier score streak on this list, but Call of Duty did in fact nerf that, and it's not as busted. It doesn't give you the 100 score per elimination, and it does not count toward your nuke streak anymore. If it did, it mostly would be an S tier pick for this list, but it literally is just as annoying as an RCXD. It is going to be a B tier score streak. Up next, we got the Lockshot Pistol and the Archangel Launcher. Now, the Archangel is a return launcher that came from Call of Duty Black Ops 1. They remastered it and brought it into the game. It was actually in Black Ops 6 as well. And the Lockshot Pistol is a really odd pistol that locks on the players, but it does play pretty weird. Personally, for me, the Lockshot Pistol is a little annoying to play with, and you're not really realistically going to get that many kills with it. Now, you will get some, but it's not really as consistent as other weapons if you were to compare it to a hand cannon. So the Lockshot, I'm going to put it down in the D section, simply because it does play similar to the crossbow, and you're not really going to be able to experience that much gunplay with it. It is a pretty cool kill streak, don't get me wrong, but the versatility of it just isn't there for you as an actual player. If you want to goof around, by all means, it is a really goofy weapon to use, but realistically, it's not going to help you out that much. Now, the Archangel Launcher, this one you can't actually get from care packages, and you actually can earn it as well, and it can in fact count toward your nuke streak. This one, I would recommend. It is in the same area as the RCXD and Deadeye Drone. It is B tier. It is somewhat useful, but somewhat not. Realistically, with the Archangel Launcher, if someone is using a ion core inside of a building or even on the other side of the map, instead of trying to fight to get to it, you can literally call in the launcher and go right on top or around the area of that ion core, and it'll literally destroy it. So this has a lot of versatility, especially for anti-ing other players, especially spawn trappers. Up next, we got the LEDBR and Napalm Strike. These two are extremely slept on, and a lot of people don't really use these to their full potential. I grinded the living life out of this game, and I found out things about these two score streaks in this game that can literally make your game 10 times better, not just for map control, but if you're trying to spawn trap some literal tryhards, you can manipulate how these two kill streaks are used to be used to an unfathomable understanding of spawn knowledge. These two kill streaks, and also score streaks, whatever you really want to call them, are S tier. The reason why, and I will be creating a video on these separately, especially for Nuketown, to teach you how to manipulate spawns very well, and this works on every single map, especially for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I realized this back in Black Ops 6, but these two are extremely slept on. S tier. Up next, we got the Sentry Gun, Death Machine, and Hand Cannon. These are more of your mid-tier streaks in the game, and for the Sentry Gun, I will have to place it as an S tier simply because you can control it and place it in high traffic areas to gain control, whether it's mid-map or even to spawn trap players. Completely slept on streak, especially if you're not using it to its full potential. It can't block spawns like in other Call of Duties, but you can in fact spawn trap with it, and it is very broken. And if you'd like to have a better understanding or know how to spawn trap with the Sentry Gun, let me know down in the comment sections below, and I can create a guide for you to teach you how to spawn trap with it. Now we got the Death Machine and Hand Cannon. These two are somewhat similar. They both count toward nuke streaks. One is a really big heavy hitter, which is the Hand Cannon, especially in core, while on the other hand, the Death Machine can in fact get you a bunch of kills. Now they did nerf the Death Machine going into Black Ops 7 compared to BO6. You were actually able to one-shot people through the wall in Black Ops 6, but they nerfed the Death Machine and made it a 2 to 3 shot kill shooting through walls and stuff. It can still be a versatile weapon, and because both of these can in fact count toward a nuke streak, I gotta give both of these A tier. Here we got the Iron Rain Watchdog Helo Strategic Bomber and Hellstorm Missile. These are going to be your crowd control streaks. All four of these work really well in their own way. Personally, I would like to put all these in the A tier section. There's really nothing you can go wrong about using any of these streaks. They're all basically aerial streaks that you can use to gain control of an area of the map or even an objective. They work really well. Just use them within the parameters, of course. Don't try to flip spawns too much, but you can realistically finesse a lot with these streaks, and they can distract a lot of people, especially if you're trying to gain map control. The next three streaks we're going to be going over are the War Machine, Grim Reaper, and Gravemaker. These three are some extremely valid streaks that can help you get one step closer to getting one of your very first nukes, or if not another nuke on Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Really good crowd control streaks, really good streaks to anti-people that are on streaks and gain control of areas of the map or even objectives, and just really good streaks in general. If you play with these how they're supposed to be played with, you can finesse super heavy and get a lot of kills. All three of these, literal S tier. Up next, we got the EMP systems, HARP, and interceptors. These three are really slept on, especially interceptors. A lot of people don't really use those, but if you're playing against some really big sweaty tryhards, having an interceptor sitting in your kill streak inventory slot can literally make or break these people running for the hills, literally destroying everything they got. All three of these are literally going to be between A tier and S tier. The interceptors are A tier, and the EMP and HARP are both S tier. Here we got the Dog HKDs and the Ion Core. These are going to be more crowd control streaks that you can use. They're a little bit on the higher end, and they are very beneficial, especially when it comes to getting people out of buildings and also basically resetting spawns and stuff. The dog can be put in a sentry gun mode, and also you can place it similar to how you could with the strike team in Black Ops 4. Highly recommend using the dog, especially if you're trying to gain control of the map and many other situations like that. The dog is another A tier. HKDs, similar to the dog, can go inside of buildings and eliminate players and push spawns and get those campers out, but they are a little bit weak when it comes to being shot out of the sky. Also, another A tier streak, the Ion Core. This one by far is probably one of the best streaks ever put in Call of Duty Black Ops 7 or even Call of Duty in general. This one right here is an S tier streak. You can control spawns and areas very well, but it can be hacked and it can anti-you very heavy. But if nobody hacks it, God forbid, you're going to literally control the entire area of the map that you place this in. Here we got the Rhino. This one is more of your crowd control streak. This one right here can literally go on some crazy streaks. Literally one of the best streaks in this entire game compared to the Ion Core. This streak is an S tier streak. This one can literally guide you to getting more map control and getting one step closer to the really high streaks in this game. And the final 3 streaks we got on screen is the VTOL Warship, Legion, and Dreadnought. These 3 streaks are absolutely insane, and if you can get to either one of these streaks, you will in fact be able to loop and build into your very next streak, especially if you're using Bankroll and Looper. Phenomenal streaks. All 3 of these are S tier streaks. With this being the full breakdown of all 33 streaks in Call of Duty Black Ops 7, let me know what you think down below, if this is accurate on how a lot of these streaks are played, and if this tier list actually corresponds to your ideology of how these streaks are. So now let's go ahead and go into the best possible score streak combos to use with and without the high roller wildcard. On screen right now is going to show all possible recommended score streaks for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. These are going to be combinations that I have personally used and many of you guys most likely have used as well. It is going to be broken up in 3 sections. First and foremost, the nuke section. The section of which that the kill streaks you should be using to get one of your very first nukes, if not get a nuke. Second section is going to be support, and then the third section is going to be assault. We've seen these in Call of Duty before, but I figured I'd make something like this. All you gotta do is pause the screen and copy the selected kill streaks, and let me know how they are for you down in the comment section below.
SweatyMop. Call of Duty boss to swing the mop and get sweaty. Mount the rifle on the ledge, hit you with the heady. Got you in a spawn trap, melt you like jelly. 7.62 needles going through your belly. Bucket gang in this thing, and the whole squad ready. Chopper gun and got nukes dropping like confetti. Follow all the socials, this is bucket gang nudity. SweatyMop, the future of the seal, we can